Okay, Rose, are you good to go?
Yep, I am.
Okay, welcome everyone. This is our, I think, third day, maybe, of the Black Widow challenge in The Sims, and we're still waiting for our first husband to die. He's slowly being killed in a room. We've got twins, and we've already invited our second man in, but haven't married him yet. And Rose will be telling us a story. What's our story today?
Okay, and first of all, I just have a fun story, and then we'll get into the other story. So yesterday, I'm coming home. Me and May went and saw a movie yesterday. We saw Jungle Cruise with The Rock in it because we love The Rock as a fan. But so I was coming home. I, as you guys know, I have three dogs. My big dog's Edmund. I was coming home. I got in. Everyone's really excited. I set my stuff on the counter, and then I turn around to greet the little dogs who get up on the couch to be greeted. And I turn back around, and Edmund is on the kitchen counter.
On the kitchen counter?
On the kitchen counter.
How did he get on the kitchen counter?
He jumped.
He just jumped up on top of the counter.
Yes, jumped up on top of the counter. And then once he got there, felt great fear. Because I don't think he knew he could do that, and I definitely didn't know he could do that. So it was a frightening time for all of us. And then I got him down, and then I yelled at him because I don't want him getting on the kitchen counter. So he had a very upsetting day yesterday, where he learned he's scared of heights, and I don't want him on the kitchen counter.
I'm still shocked on how the heck he got on the counter. Like, her counters are not like low, they're like average, they're like bar height, average height, granite countertop kind of thing. I don't understand how the heck he got all the way up on the counter.
He jumped.
Okay, he's definitely getting, like, everything is red except for his bladder because he keeps puddling on the floor. So I think he's getting close to dying. Okay, where's the baby that's upset? Oh, there it is. Go feed it.
What are our babies' names again?
We've got, let's see, Julius and Gilberto.
Oh, hello, welcome. Sorry, I haven't even noticed comments. I know we don't get as many on the Sims days.
Hello, welcome. I think the first one was during the very beginning part.
But welcome.
I guess this guy feels like he has to sleep on the couch.
Well, life is tough when there's a man being murdered.
How long is it gonna take him to not, like, okay, his hunger is red. That's good. That looks like a good thing. I think death is imminent. Okay, where's the angry baby?
Speaking of death.
Yes.
So I finished the important people. Okay, I finished the interesting people on my list of Black Widow killers, so I went to a different list. Because there's multiple. And I found this one, who was a name I'd heard about, and I thought, that sounds pretty interesting. That'd be fun to talk about. And then I can show my true nerdy self about the fact that I can talk about art history, and everyone has to listen to me because no one vets my stories.
Great. Okay. So we're talking about art history today?
No, we're talking about Lucrezia Borgia.
Has something to do with our history?
What's the Black Widow Challenge? So the Black Widow Challenge has a whole bunch of different rules, but the rules we're using, basically, you don't need to know all the fine details, but you marry 10 people and you kill them all. The specifics, though, are you have to marry, once you've married your first husband, you have to be caught cheating and then kill him off, and you have to do that successively with each next husband. And you can't leave your house when you're murdering someone.
And also, like, you have to get their love bar full before you marry them. It's better if you have, like, a formal party. After you marry them, you have to have a special dinner party. Is she just starting these things and not finishing them? I think so. You have to have a formal dinner party and reach a certain level. Then you have to move the new guy in. This is our new guy, Clinton.
Axel's the one we're trying to
Yeah, Axel's the one who's trapped in a room, laying in puddles. Oh, Julius has aged up. I think both of them have aged up because this is
We have also you can have kids. Sounds hard. It's actually not too bad because there's not really a time limit, and that's nice.
Well, the time limit is technically, we're supposed to do it before she's an elder, and you can have kids that get you extra points. There's a whole bunch of different ranking systems, and because it's not like an official, like, Sims put out a challenge, there's different versions. So we went through the internet and kind of compiled what seemed like the most popular and took the rules we understood and made what we used as our kind of official rules. So toddler days,
Currently, they're Julius and who?
Julius and Gilberto.
Yes, we are great at naming.
But so we just had a toddler age or a baby age up. We just did the random name thing though. So we're gonna randomize his traits. So let's see. We got wild, spirited, and full of energy, and then this one will come later. So this one's wild, and this one's gonna be and angelic. So we're gonna have a little angel baby and a little crazy chow. That works. That's good, I guess. Oh, they also choose their dress. So let's look at their outfits for a second. If you look, one of them I think is wearing a ski hat because, it's freezing cold. That's very cute. Okay.
No, they don't look too bad. They could definitely look a lot worse.
We can change their clothes if we want. Do we want to? I can dress them up.
They really do. It's been like a week and a half.
I will, let's see. I should be able to change their clothes. Let's change their outfits. Yes, change outfit.
Anyway, Lucrezia Borgia. If you don't know who she is, do you know who the Borgias are?
No.
Do you know who the Medicis are?
No.
Okay.
Are these people? Apparently not. Are these people I'm supposed to know? I'm putting them in their little formal outfits, I think.
Back in Renaissance Italy. I don't think the Medicis were Renaissance, but the Borgias were. Back in Renaissance Italy. Who was the most important man? The Pope. That's controversial, and you could say that's we're just as important. But I'm going to say the Pope was. The Pope also was not the Pope we know today. Not a good fan overall. I don't know much about the Pope today. They seem to be exactly the same. But back then, really, it was more like a political position than like a religious belief. And the Borgias and the Medicis were both popes. No. They were families of people who were popes and other important political figures of the time, and generally had a lot of scandal surrounding them.
I'm just gonna pause you for a second right there, Rose. We have a minor problem.
What is that?
You know how you said the house is too small for 2 children, 2 men, and her?
Yes.
You may be right, because I was like, oh, I'll get rid of the cribs. Yeah, I was like, I'll get rid of the cribs, I'll save some room, and then I was like, well, we need toddler beds.
Get rid of their dresser and put them in the bedroom.
So we just all sleep in the same room?
Well, where else are you planning on putting them?
I don't know.
You still have to have the murder room.
I know. The murder room. Okay.
The murder room.
They're both... well, these look better. These look our style. Okay, keep going.
So, do you understand? I can hear myself repeating, I'm sorry. Do you understand what a Medici is and what a Borgia is? They're just like these rich families surrounded by scandal who also happen to be the Pope.
They also happen to be the Pope?
Well, specifically for specific reasons called political gain.
Okay.
They were also like counts and countesses and stuff, and we'll get to that. Anyway, Lucrezia was a Borgia, obviously, as you can tell by her last name. The Borgias were Spanish immigrants to Italy. Just by the way, keep it in mind that it was the Renaissance period, and racism wasn't a word. It was just a thing that happened.
I wonder if was it actually not a word? Oh, the little toddler's naked.
Was a word, but
he just went and changed outside.
The children can just wander outside?
Yeah, I'm thinking I should maybe... well, no, I don't know. Maybe it's good for him to be outside and handle this, be out there and having wonderful conversations. But he also just went and got naked outside to change clothes. So there's that. Anyway.
He kind of did it in the bushes, though.
Okay, keep going.
At least she seems to be watching them. So that's good. Anyway. So, she was born in April of 1480. They don't know the exact date because no one cared back then. And she died in 1519. So, she lived a pretty long time. She was the daughter of Pope Alexander VI, who was her father. And her mom was his favorite mistress because, let's all remember, popes are supposed to be celibate. They are not supposed to have children. That's like never followed. But it is what's supposed to happen.
They just aged up again.
How fast do they age up?
I don't know. It doesn't look like they aged up to anything, though. Also, why is the crib reappeared? That's not supposed to happen.
Why is he standing in it?
I'm thinking the age up was a mistake. I think it was just a glitch.
Anyway, back to my story. So, also you weren't supposed to have like mistresses and stuff. There's lots of things. The popes were wild back in the day. Our popes now are pretty boring. Actually, once again, I know nothing about them. But wild back in the day. Someone really needed to keep the pope in check, and no one did. Something interesting though. She reigned as governor over this one specific area that I'm not going to try to pronounce, and I'm pretty sure most of you don't care, but it's this area of Italy, which is normally held by cardinals, but she did it. And obviously she was not a cardinal because she was a woman, and that wasn't allowed. But nepotism wasn't unheard of. But normally it was just heard of with sons. She also, her big thing.
Oh wait, he's dying. He's dying of starvation. The Grim Reaper's gonna come. We finally killed him.
47 years.
I think they all get sad sometimes when this happens. She's very tense. Oh, she's just tense because of the crying toddler. When's the Grim Reaper gonna come? He's just dead there. We don't want to just keep the dead body in the house. That could be suspicious.
We have children in the home.
Well, he is locked away from them. Luckily, that would be horrible.
He's still listening to pop music.
Okay, I guess he's just gonna stay there for a while. I don't know when the Grim Reaper's gonna get there. Should I unlock the door? You think maybe the Grim Reaper can't go through walls or something?
I'm pretty sure the Grim Reaper can. How did you lock him up? There's a feature where you can lock the door to, like, where they can't open it, and they also don't call, like, the police or anything.
Oh, so, here's the Grim Reaper. Here he is.
See, I told you he'd go through walls.
He's pulled out his phone. Or iPad, I guess, to check if this is on his list, maybe. Can we interact with... He's an adult. That's nice. I don't think we can interact with him.
That's upsetting. We could have married the Grim Reaper, that would have been fun.
Oh, plead. We can plead with him. We don't want to do that. No, you can take him.
Anyway, back to my story now that Axel is dead.
And now we have, okay, let's see. What is it? It's an
urn.
An urn? Interesting, different things we can do with it. Okay. Keep going. I know there's supposed to be a gravestone, right?
I don't know. Maybe you have to buy one.
Maybe we have to buy one. I'll look. Or do we just get this lovely urn?
Become a ghost. Does Axel become a ghost?
I think he might. And I know when we move, we have to take everybody with us, I think.
So he might. I guess it just depends.
I don't know if it's like a random chance or what it is. I guess I'm going to unlock the door, too. Okay, keep going.
But, so, this is where a lot of the rumors about her stem from. The fact that she was in all these... She was married 3 times, which is wild for Renaissance time period. Let's remember that. Unless, like, you had 3 wives that died. But, you know, normally you didn't. And then, these were all to advance her father's political position. But there's a whole bunch of rumors about her, and they say she's either a pawn of her family, the male members of her family, or a femme fatale, or just a straight-up murderer. But there's like so many artworks and novels and films and all kinds of stuff, and we'll talk about a few of them because it's fun for me, and once again, no one vets my stories.
You just keep saying that like I should be concerned and start vetting them.
I get to talk about whatever I want, and you can't stop me.
Right, I guess you should start cooking family servings now.
She probably should, or the children will be taken away.
Okay.
So her early life, like I said, her mother was his favorite mistress, and her dad was a cardinal at the time she was born. Which is, okay, also, people who don't know about the Catholic Church, because I just got a real fun education about that in school for some reason. There's the Pope, and then there's cardinals, and then there's, I think, bishops, and then there's just, like, priests. Cardinals are the ones who wear red, and they are the ones who are eligible to become Pope once the Pope dies normally, or gets killed in some cases. Or abdicates, I guess. I don't know if that's happened.
If they've ever abdicated. I don't know, with that much power, I feel like people would never... It's like, once you're king, you don't usually just decide you don't want to be.
Yeah, people don't tend to abdicate. I mean, if you think about, like, how many times, like, the British people have abdicated. The British monarchy people have abdicated. Anyway. But overall, she, like, actually had, like, a pretty good education for one of the time, which is kind of wild. But she was one of her dad's favorites, so he had probably, like, 10 children. I don't remember, I've written down somewhere. But he only ever recognized 5, which, first of all, was real wild for a pope who was supposed to have never, you know, had children. But he recognized 5 of them and, like, acknowledged their parentage. And she was one of those, so good for her. So it was grounded in the humanities, and I don't mean like the humanities like we talk about today, but I mean like philosophy and the Greek humanities. But she was fluent in Spanish, Catalan, Italian, and French. And then she was also literate in both Latin and Greek. And she could play the lute. She was good at poetry, good at oration, and apparently, later, her father trusted her to take care of correspondence between the Vatican City and other places. And she did do this, but she was married at the time. And she participated a whole lot in the political governing of this other place in Italy. I'm not going to tell you all the names because I can't pronounce them, but if you really want to know, I'll try. Anyway, let's move on to her first marriage, the thing you were excited about. Marriage number 1. Well, before this marriage, the prequel to the marriage. So on February 26, 1491, when she was 11, there was a lovely matrimonial agreement drawn up between her and this man of the Lord of Valdeoria. Do I know where that is? No, but I know it's in Italy. Everything's in Italy. Everything's in Italy if you try hard enough. So, but less than 2 months later, her dad decided that was no longer politically advantageous, and so they annulled it. So then, like 2 days later or something, real soon, there was a new contract that engaged her to Don Gaspar. Sorry, I really like Don Gaspar.
He sounds like Gaston.
That's what we really all want. We all want them to be named Gaspar. There is like 4 Giovannis. So I hope you're ready for that.
I realized why they were so hungry. It's because they can't be fed without a high chair. I had forgotten about that. It's been a while since I've had toddlers in The Sims.
It's been a while since she's had toddlers in real life, too.
Yeah, that's true.
But, so after her father became pope, he realized that's no longer advantageous either. I want to ally myself with the princely families of Italy and the founding dynasties. I also want to remind you, Italy was not a country at this point. It was just a collection of states. It was the papal states that I'm calling Italy. But listen, y'all didn't come here for history. You came here for murder. Or maybe you didn't. I don't know what you came here for. So he called off his engagement to this guy. So she has now had 2 engagements called off, and she is at the young age of 13. So now we meet our first Giovanni. Giovanni the First, I will call him. So she was arranged to marry Giovanni Sforzia? I don't know. I'm not Italian. Can you tell? But he was a lord and count, and that's always good. And they married on June 12th, 1493, and she was 13 and he was 26.
I'm not good at history either.
I really enjoy it, but I enjoy the drama parts of it. And I probably present it very differently than most people would say is proper, but who cares?
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to get the gravestone. But I haven't...
Buy it?
What?
Buy it.
I typed in grave and I typed in tomb.
Woman in our house.
It's not a woman, it's a long-haired man with a lovely beard, and he asked to come over, and I said he could, because I was hoping he'd watch the toddlers, but he is not.
He's just eating our food.
I'm trying to figure out, though, how to place the gravestone. And it's telling me all about different gravestone types, which is wonderful, but I just want to put it somewhere. You know?
I don't...
If anyone else has played The Sims and knows that, I'm just going to keep trucking along while I kind of halfway try to figure this out.
Also, fun fact, there's like 2 confirmed portraits of Lucrezia, which is weird because she lived in the Renaissance and was rich. Also, there's a lot of rumors that like aren't confirmed or like accepted stories, but like they have no fact behind them. But listen, I can't spend all day researching this. I doubt, because I would spend all day researching it, and then I wouldn't be able to stream. But so I'm going with what people normally accept, and that like aren't too out there and haven't been like blatantly disproven. So anyway, she's married to Giovanni, but eventually Giovanni is no longer useful to the Pope, so he's gonna be killed. There's a murder plot happening. They're gonna kill Giovanni. Just take him out. And it said that the Pope apparently covertly ordered this, which you can do when the Pope apparently thought you weren't supposed to murder people. Once again, not the best Pope. Anyway, she did warn him of the fact that he was gonna die. So, are these not normal? Yeah, she did warn him that he was gonna die, so he fled and managed to escape. So then, they tried to persuade Giovanni to just annul the marriage. Listen, just annul the marriage, it'll be fine. And he said, no, never. And then he said, Lucrezia, she has committed paternal incest and brotherly incest. What's sibling incest? I've never had to think about this word for longer than like 2 minutes. Anyway, her brother Césaire, one of my favorite characters in our story. Yeah, that's an appropriate reaction. Anyway,
how long is it going to take for this lady to put her child to bed? What? I said, how long is it going to take for this lady to put her child to bed? I've asked her to put him in bed 15 times.
Anyway, so that's not super proven, but like, who knows, you know?
Oh.
She does have some great love letters we'll get to later. Don't you worry. You can read them online. I cannot read them here. For a multitude of reasons. Anyway, so then the Pope says, listen, my daughter's marriage was never consummated, which was a big deal back then, and so the marriage was invalid. It wasn't worth it. I don't know. This is just such a strange situation already. So they're saying, Giovanni, you never consummated your marriage with my daughter. You need to get a divorce. So then they offered Giovanni her dowry in return for his cooperation. He once again basically said no, and then his family said, listen, Giovanni, either you do this, or we turn you over to the wolves. They actually said they withdraw their protection, but it's really like, we'll kick you out of the house and we'll hope you die. So he signed a confession of impotence and annulment of the marriage with witnesses. But I also would like to mention that his first wife died in childbirth, so he was probably not impotent. Just probably assuming things here. Maybe it's a big assumption.
But well, she could have been cheating on him.
What?
She could have been cheating on him.
She could have. But this was the start of the drama, because very few people believed that that marriage really needed to be annulled, and that it wasn't consummated. And also, while all of this annulment stuff was happening, because she apparently didn't need to be involved in the annulment of her own marriage, she went and hung out at a convent. You know, where the nuns are.
At a what?
A convent where the nuns are.
That's not right. Convent.
Convent, sorry, not covenant. A convent where the nuns are. A covenant is a deal. Sorry. But people speculated that while this whole annulment process was going on, she had an affair. Which she did have affairs later, so like, not a wild estimate. It's with a man named Pedro. He was the Pope's chamberlain, which is like one of his servants. He takes care of the household and does other stuff. I don't remember the other stuff. I looked it up. It was a lot. Seemed like a hard job.
We don't have a bath either. Toddlers can't.
In the bedroom with everything else.
Toddlers can't be bathed without bath.
Plumbing is not important in The Sims. You can just put your stuff wherever you want without having to pay for plumbing.
Okay, keep going.
Bathe the children, it's important.
What was that?
So she was later accused of being pregnant at the time her marriage was alone because she went over to this convent.
Oh, and they think she like went there, had the baby, left, kind of thing.
This is because there was a child born in the Borgia household a year before her second marriage happened. The child was named Giovanni, just like every other child apparently was at the time.
Just gonna put it here.
We'll get to him in a second. But also, the bodies of Pedro and a maid were later found in the Tiber River a year after she went over to that to live with the nuns, and people assume Cesare killed them, and so do I, because that man was wild. Her brother, wild man. Very interesting. Strange times, though. Did a lot of strange things. Anyway, but this Giovanni, who was born to the Borgias, so he eventually did have his paternity acknowledged twice with two different dads. You know. So originally, the Pope put out this thing and said, listen, this child is actually Caesare's from a mistress, which like wasn't out of the realm of possibility. And then later he put out a secret one that he didn't really publish that said, actually, this is my son. So it's probably not her child. Because why would he say that other? But maybe it is, I don't know, it could be her child. Anyway, she had 10 children. So either way, she had plenty to go around, okay? You don't need to add one on there. Anyway, her second marriage. It's Alfonso. Alfonso of Aragon.
I finally figured it out. I've gotten the grave placed.
What are we going to enter words to remember him by?
You're supposed to put died by Black Widow.
Oh. Well, there you go, I guess.
I don't know if it says his name. Let's see if it says his name. Yeah, it does. Okay, so yeah, there. Died by Black Widow. I guess here. Let's put, in case we get confused, 1. That way he can, there we go. She's very sad.
Well, she did just put out a gravestone.
Well, she needs to get over it. We've got things to do and husbands to marry. Now that he's gone, we can marry Clinton.
Can Clinton take a shower first?
Because he's so stinky?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm gonna work to get everybody maybe back to normal here, because she's just passing out. She's not even sleeping under the covers. That's when you know you're really tired, when you just skip getting under the covers and just flop on top of them. Also, where is our other child?
How many do we need to kill? 10.
Yes. Oh, he's asleep and smelling badly.
We're gonna figure out a faster way to murder people, though.
If you want to suggest a way, we'd be up for it. I know that, like, drowning, but building a pool in this house that we don't have enough room for the bathroom seems like a bad idea. I'm hoping to maybe kill one more, then we can move to a nicer place where we don't have to worry about this as much. Also, she probably needs like a better stove and stuff, because she's supposed to get her cooking skills and charisma skills up, and I think, where is it that shows them? Oh yeah, charisma's at 6, cooking's at 6. Cooking's about to level up though. Okay, go check on.
We were also supposed to move into this man's house, but we got kicked out by his family. Anyway, just like being kicked out by people's family, she didn't. She married Alfonso of Aragon, so he's Spanish. But he's living in Naples, I think, which is, I don't know. Don't worry about exactly where everything's happening. Just assume it's happening in Italy and Spain, generally. So they got married in 1948, and they actually, like, seem to be in love, which is nice. Good for them. Happy for him. Don't be happy for long, he was murdered. In 1500. So it was a very short marriage. 2 years.
No, we don't want coffee tables.
How do you feel about the fact he died?
It's sad if she was actually in love with him as opposed to the other people.
Well, you see, he had an execution attempt and was obviously very wounded by this. And supposedly she nursed him back to health on, like, sat by his bedside, nursed him back to health, which she didn't need to do, and apparently was not common at the time. And then he got murdered. Supposedly, he was strangled by a servant of Caesare's, because it always comes back to him.
Oh, the fridge is on fire?
Why is the fridge on fire?
We don't want to repair it, we just want to replace it. We're not supposed to repair it. Yeah, just replace that. And then good, she's got coffee. I found coffee makers are essential with little kids. You also need to mop all of this.
How do you feel about Cesare?
Like I said, I think it's sad that he died. If she
No, Cesare is her brother.
Oh, then I'm getting them mixed up. There's a lot of them.
Alfonso is the man who died. Cesare is her brother. Cesare is a character who continues on throughout all of this. Alfonso's dead. Alfonso got strangled to death.
Okay.
Anyway, moving forward. So she had one child with Alfonso, who died at the age of 12, which wasn't incredibly uncommon, because let's remember what time it was. But she had, before her third marriage, at this point in time, she developed a bit of a reputation for the fact that her husbands did not end up having great times after they married her. So she had to have this really big dowry, and then she also had to give up her child and be like, you can't have this kid, you can only have my children, give that children up to relatives. Which also wasn't common. Normally, if you had a second marriage, they let you take your kids. But she never saw him again. And apparently, when the news of his death happened, it really affected her. So during her third marriage, after he died, after her child died, after she heard the news of it, she went away to a convent again, because that's what you do when you're sad. And apparently, when she returned, she was a lot more pious and withdrawn, and overall just kind of a different person. So that's sad. Also sad for the rest of her kids, because she probably didn't love as much. But maybe she did, I don't know. But, things happen when you're forced into multiple marriages. Anyway, it's her third marriage. His name's also Alfonso. So once again, there was 3 names you could name people back then.
Well, she's taking a bath, despite her child being smelly. If you're gonna bathe someone, bathe him. I'm sorry, keep going.
Can you hear him?
Edmund singing in the background? Yes, I can hear Edmund singing. Oh, what is he doing? He's throwing a fit? Stop throwing a fit.
Is he getting the dirt off of him via shaking?
No, I think he's breaking something. I don't know.
The trash can?
I would yell at him, but he's very hungry. Well, I will feed him before he's taken away. Let's feed everyone. I tried to get them to eat the food I fixed, but they did not want it, apparently.
Anyway, moving on. So this is her third marriage. His name's Alfonso. He's a duke, so good for her. They got married in 1502, so 2 years after her last marriage. She had 8 children during this marriage, which wasn't unreasonable for the time, but still a lot of children. Okay? Too many, one might say. I would say too many. I think 2 is too many. Children are a lot, okay? But to be fair, she might have been taken care of. But anyway. But at this time, her reputation kind of changed, and she was considered respectable and accomplished as a Renaissance duchess. And her people loved her and thought she did a really good job when they were being attacked by France or somewhere like that. I don't remember who it was. She survived the fall of
The fall of what?
She survived the Borgia's family when her dad died, because after her dad died, everyone kind of went, you suck, go away. However, in 1503, so a year after her marriage, she started an affair with her brother-in-law. To be fair, her husband also had affairs. Everyone apparently was just having affairs in this marriage, left and right affairs. Maybe that's why it worked. You can read their love letters with her brother-in-law. They're very sexual, so I cannot read them. But you can, if that is something that interests you. But apparently this affair ended when he contracted syphilis. That is debated, but listen, not unreasonable, okay? But yeah, that was the first thing. But don't worry, there's more love letters to come, because there's another affair. It's with a poet. His name's Pietro. But do you know who Lord Byron is? Byron.
I feel like I've heard of it.
He is a poet. He writes sad poetry because he was a sad man.
He likes sad poetry because he was sad man. Well, that's good.
Well, he saw their love letters in a library in Milan, and he said they are the prettiest love letters in the world because he was nothing if not dramatic.
I'm hiring a nanny. This is too much.
That seems reasonable. And then apparently he also stole a lot of Lucrezia's hair from the library in Milan because he said it was the prettiest and fairest imaginable, which is just really weird. And I needed to include it because I needed other people to know about it.
The nanny's supposed to be here. I don't know where she is, though. Oh, there she is.
Are we married yet?
Yes, come in. Get to work. Are we what?
Married yet?
No, she keeps passing out from lack of sleep. I can't get anything done. That's why I hired the nanny, so maybe that we can get some stuff done. And at least he's cleaning up some. I think she's cooking them breakfast, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, keep going. I'm trying to catch us up to our health needs.
What do you feel about the fact Lord Byron stole a lady's hair from a library?
It feels strange, like he's a little bit of a creep.
He is. You wouldn't be wrong.
And everything keeps breaking.
He's a sad, sad man. I'm pretty sure he was friends with the lady who wrote Frankenstein, Mary Shelley. I like her much more than him. Her vibes are much better than his. Anyway, she died after giving birth to their 10th child.
Okay, she's just walking around. There we go, thank you. I was gonna say she's just walking around naked.
Anyway, that is her life. How do you feel about her so far?
Sad? She's sad?
You don't seem to be listening to me.
You said, how do you feel about her life? I think it's a sad life.
Yeah, but the lady's also sad. That's why I'm confused.
Anyway, keep
But
going.
How do you feel about her husbands? Who's your favorite?
I don't think I have a favorite. Maybe the one who actually liked her and was nice and loved her?
My favorite was Giovanni. He's dramatic.
I'm trying to pay attention, but I'm also having to deal with the crisis that is the toddlers.
I told you we didn't need to have kids, and you said no, and then we had twins, and whose fault's that?
I don't think it was my fault.
It was your fault. Anyway, I bet you're wondering, how did this woman look like, especially since there's only like 2 confirmed portraits of her?
No, I need more nanny services. Come back, lady. I'm sorry, keep going.
Well, she had heavy, I don't know what that means, but blonde hair that fell past her knees because that was the style of the time. Seems hard to manage and like it would kind of suck to have on your head. But she had it apparently. She had a beautiful complexion, they say, which meant she was pale because she was like the ideal Renaissance woman. She had hazel eyes that changed color, which is a vague description, and I don't appreciate that they described it that way because it makes her seem like a snake woman.
Like a chimera?
Yes. And she supposedly had a grace that made her appear to walk on air. I don't know what the heck that means, but she was apparently pretty graceful.
Okay, you've slept enough. Get up.
And she had white teeth, which is probably pretty weird for the time. Because let's all remember, George Washington didn't have good teeth. I always remember that. Every day I think about George Washington and think about the fact he hasn't had good teeth. Every day was a constant problem for me.
She's still very sad. Get over it. We killed him on purpose.
Maybe let her mourn for a second. She did have 2 children with him.
You think that would help?
Yes.
Okay, go mourn out here. Maybe put on some clothes before you do it. Nope, just go in the nightgown. Okay. She's just bawling a lot. Okay, keep going.
But supposedly she was really pretty. And so everyone liked her because that's what you needed. You needed pretty, and you needed to be other stuff back in the Renaissance. I don't remember. You know, the Renaissance man was you could do everything. The Renaissance woman was you had pale skin and boobs. You think I'm joking? I am not. There was more to it than that. But that, you know, sums up quite a bit of it. Anyway, let's talk about the rumors, the things you came for. The murder part. Well, actually, there's already been murder part, but the secondary murder part. So, do you know what the Banquet of Chestnuts is?
The Banquet of Chestnuts is? No.
Okay. Pretty sure I can't talk about it on here. So another thing y'all can go research.
Why can't we talk about it?
Well, a variety of reasons. But it was probably made up. Just let you know that. Probably made up by people who didn't like Pope Alexander. But it's definitely a wild time to read about, okay? It's one of those things that you're like, why is...
Describe it in PG-13 terms.
I don't think I can.
Try.
It was a party that involved concubines and chestnuts.
Okay, see, that wasn't that hard.
Well, it involved other things too. This is a very vague... Anyway, if y'all... I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to talk about it. I'm pretty sure we would get kicked off Twitch. Booted off. Picture the curve.
I think that's a good enough explanation that people can understand.
What?
I said I think that's a good enough explanation that people can understand, because I didn't know what it was, and now I actually get it now.
Okay, there's lots more though. Don't worry. If you think that is all that happened, it's not. It's like, you know what's upsetting to me is I really want to talk about Justinian and Theodora. Once again, you're going to realize I really like history and I'm a nerd. But I don't think I'm allowed to talk about any of the things that's actually interesting with Justinian and Theodora, because there's so many lies that were made up about them, but they're really interesting to talk about why they were made up about them, you know? But I don't think I'm allowed to talk about the lies that were made up about them. Another thing, if you want to go research about Justinian and Theodora are two of my favorite historical people. They're very fun to read about. Because you start off with all the rumors, and then you move on and think, wait, those aren't true, but the rumors are wild. Anyway. So, yeah, there's the Banquet of Chestnuts, an interesting time, a strange time, a real wild time, specifically for a pope to attend. And then this story was further embellished on, because it's already an embellished story, by this man named William Manchester, in a thing called A Book Lit Only by Fire, A World Lit Only by Fire is a book called A World Lit Only by Fire. But apparently people hate this book because apparently he just wrote whatever he wanted and kind of just lied. Which you could do back then, I guess, and I guess you could still do now, but people believe you less.
Well, there was less ways of researching it back then, so it was easier to believe.
But it was I don't know what's going on with the Banquet of Chestnuts and why that is a thing. I don't know where the story came from. I don't know who came up with it, but it's definitely one of those things that you're like, this, whether it is true or not, is just why, who, how. But, okay, Pope Alexander wasn't the greatest. So, like, people obviously didn't want him to succeed and made up a lot of rumors about him. Did he do bad things? Yes. He was one of the most controversial popes, according to people. I don't know. I don't know the controversy around a lot of popes. He had numerous mistresses, and lots of illegitimate children, even though he only acknowledged 5. But once again, let's remember he was supposed to be celibate. Can't have children if you're celibate. His reign as pope included lots of nepotism and scandal, but like so did every pope's reign back then. Nepotism was just like, oh yeah, of course, like his son George is going to be a cardinal kind of thing, you know. But he lived more like a prince than a member of the clergy, which really bothered people. But once again, what pope didn't back then? But he was described by contemporaries. I had to put this in here because I really liked it. This is a quote. These are the days of the Antichrist, for no greater enemy. I can't read my own writing. No greater enemy of God, Christ, and religion can be conceived. And this was referring to Pope Alexander VI.
Well, that's
fun.
harsh.
I think that just sums everything up nicely. There's like a whole bunch of articles about what Pope Alexander VI did. I didn't read through all of them, and there's a whole bunch of political stuff. So if that's stuff you're interested in, you care about Renaissance politics, there you go. But it confused me, so I didn't put it in here because I wouldn't have been able to describe it. Stop fighting, you nasty boy.
Okay, I'm gonna save and get back in because it's acting weird.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna put it on the screen. We're not taking a break, but I'm gonna put it on the screen anyway while it finishes doing that. Keep talking. It's just like the whatever it's called. The crib keeps reappearing, and the toddler keeps saying he's aging up, and we don't need none of that.
Well, he would be nice if he aged up. Maybe he could take care of himself a little bit more.
It would be nice, but I don't think he's actually aging up.
We can send him off to school.
But keep going. I just have it on a.
Also, fun fact: the little dogs is looking at me anxiously because he's being used as a pillow by his brother.
That's sad.
It's very upsetting for him.
I don't think he cares that much, though, actually. My cat has decided to come up and claim the computer as his own by rubbing his bod against it.
It is his. Let him on the stream. He gets to be the main character now.
He gets to be the main character.
He's gonna meow. See if he'll meow into the microphone.
I don't think he doesn't meow on cue. Simon. No, he just looks at me like, what do you want? I'm right here.
He does scream, though. That is a common thing he does.
Yeah, he is a snowshoe Siamese, so he's very loud. And he sings to you sometimes. Okay.
He must let you know where he is at all times.
It's loading back up.
So, she was known, or the rumors about her, were incest, as we talked about earlier. Poisoning and murder. You know, the big three. I don't know those. It's the big three.
The big three.
Which one would you like to hear about first?
I don't know. Which one's worth hearing about?
Well, you're gonna hear about all of them, so choose.
Just any of them, pick one.
We've already talked a little bit about the incest. So there was the rumors that she had a relationship with her dad, but the bigger rumor was a relationship with her brother Cesar, our favorite man. Sorry, but I gotta ask, who is May and who is Rose? I am Rose, so the one talking, I have dark hair. May is blonde.
Yes, that is me. I am the one whose camera and screen you see. This is me. Hi.
Or like you read from left to right. Okay, maybe you don't read from left to right, but like you read from left to right. May and Rose.
Hopefully that helps. I don't think we thought about like maybe putting names over them, but I didn't know if that would be beneficial or not. I feel like it might be distracting and also probably hard to read.
Thanks for explaining. No problem. We really should do that more often, but we don't. We like to make people confused. Anyway, but her brother Cesar, our favorite man, favorite murderer, that one's a little bit more likely because she was really close with him, and also he definitely did probably kill one of her husbands. I don't know if that has anything to do with incest. I have to bring it up. Anyway, poisoning. So she supposedly had this hollow ring that she kept a little bit of poison in, and so like at banquets and stuff, she would just open that up and just poison someone's drink.
Just random people? Like it didn't matter who, she's just like, today I want to poison someone, let's just do that?
Like political enemies and problem children.
Oh, okay.
However, there's no historical evidence for her actually ever having poisoned anyone. But to be fair, enemies of her family, they didn't just kind of disappear, go into the wind somewhere. So it's not like she couldn't have poisoned someone. And her brother definitely did kill people. So, like, apparently, when Pope Alexander died, there was a rumor that it was actually Cesar trying to poison someone else and accidentally poisoned his dad's drink.
That's upsetting.
We don't think that's what actually happened.
Oh, look.
What?
He's here. Axel's ghost. I thought I saw something. I was like, there's something going on.
Is he eating our food?
Maybe?
Can ghosts take showers? Why is he so stinky?
I don't know.
That's food.
Yeah, did you break the sink? Is he spending money? Why is he red? I don't know why he's red. Is he angry? He's haunting our bathtub. He's breaking things. Stop that. You nasty man. He's also eating our food from our fridge.
Could you clean up the food?
I don't think he's gonna clean up the food. I thought the children, no, you are still stinky. Okay, it canceled I was getting it prepared so she would give the children a bath in the morning. But he's messing things up. Oh, I think the red means he's angry. That's just gonna be my guess. Anyway.
Is he possibly angry because we're still living in this house with the man?
Oh, I think he's cleaning up for us. Yes, he's doing the dishes, I think.
Now he's green.
That's nice. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Axel. I know we murdered you, but like, stop breaking things. Okay, keep going. Yes, I understand he's very hungry. Okay. Anyway, keep going. I'm trying to keep the children from being taken away.
So, she might have poisoned someone. She might not have. She might have murdered someone in a different way. She might not have. They didn't keep great records back then. That's what we're learning. However, she did take the place of her father at official Vatican meetings sometime, which wasn't typical. There's an early 20th century painting that shows it. It's pretty. It's a good painting. I like it. However, there were some liberties taken, so don't believe that that painting's fact, because it was painted in the early 20th century, and this happened in the 1500s. But you know. So how are we feeling about the rumors about her?
Well, it sounds like they may be true.
But they also may not be.
And I think it's interesting.
She actually probably didn't poison anyone. Did enemies just mysteriously? That's what I just said. Hold on, just give me a minute.
Did they
mysteriously? Yes. Does that have anything to do with her? Who knows? It probably has much more to do with Césaire. As Césaire was a problem child, I would say. So did she actually poison anyone? No, probably not. Especially because after she got married to her third husband and like had a happy life and like didn't have to get married 14 more times, she was actually very well respected, and like there was no more rumors of like poisoning or anything. Probably because she was away from her dad and the fact that everyone hated him.
You can't give the child your mushrooms? Just feed him, lady.
Did she not feed him?
I don't know if she's feeding him or not. I think he may have just taken some cookies to eat on his own. He also wants a cookie? Yeah, I think they're just taking the cookies. Okay, that's fine. Take these wonderful cookies that I have here.
It's a good thing nutrition isn't important in The Sims.
Yeah. If you're so hungry, why don't you eat the cookies right in front of you? Anyway, keep going. If she didn't poison anybody, why would there be so many rumors about it?
We're gonna get to that. So she probably wasn't a murderer. Overall, probably not a murderer. Probably not really just a pawn for Césaire and Alexander either. She was well respected for her political prowess, as in like her father. I am struggling today. As in her father like trusted her with papal duties a lot. So like not a dumb woman, you know, like obviously pretty intelligent, and just shoved into marriages a lot.
If I can get everyone to stop being unhappy, I was gonna take us all to like the park or something and let her propose. But every time I turn around, the children are unhappy.
That's how toddlers are.
This is why I do not wish to have them. Oh, who's here? Why is why is she here? You can come in. Would you like to take care of my children? No, don't leave. Oh, she left. I think she's chasing after him. Yes, she's chasing after her.
Where's the child going? Oh no, to invite the nanny in?
Yes, my girl chased after her. Okay, why are you sad?
Did we hire her, or is she just hanging out now?
I think this is just hanging out. She likes the children enough, she came over for the cookies, I don't know. Anyway, keep going.
So she was more than likely probably just like a victim of circumstance where her family wasn't the greatest, and they were also Spanish in Italy, and seen as outsiders. and people didn't like his decisions as Pope. So she probably was more like, okay, well, we know Caesar is doing some questionable things, and we know Pope Alexander is doing some questionable things. So it's only reasonable that Lucrezia is too, you know. When in reality, she probably didn't do a lot of it, and, you know, that sucks for her. So that's really the story. How you feel about it. Then we'll get to the nerdy things for me that I enjoy and they bring me joy.
I don't know if I liked it as much as the other one you told. I think
you said you didn't want more beheadings, and you said you didn't want people to be skinned.
no, I said I didn't specifically want those. I think the like more modern ones are just more my style. Are you showering with your clothes on? Okay, thank you. That was making me uncomfortable.
That's because history makes you uncomfortable.
No, the showering with her clothes on.
I know, but you don't like it's because history makes you uncomfortable. You don't like to think about what came before.
He's just angry, okay. No, I just think okay, it's too late to take the trip. We're gonna go tomorrow. I just think it's more interesting when it's like ones like I'm like, oh, I heard about that in the news, or like that's closer to the time period or something like that. Okay, let's put you to bed. Stick you in your bed.
Everything's close enough to the time period if you believe you're a vampire.
Do you believe you're a vampire?
No.
Well, then that sentence didn't make a ton of sense.
I just don't like thinking about the future. So I think about things that happened long ago.
Does the child not wish to go to bed?
Future.
No, don't go to bed and leave him up. Come, dang it, come back here. Will you put, okay, maybe he's gonna put him on. No, they're gonna dance together, fine, whatever.
Can you turn off the music?
The music is bringing everyone joy. See, the child...
baby's dancing on its own. The baby's naked.
And now he's throwing a tantrum, I think. No, he's happy. I don't know what they're doing. They're bonding. Soon he will be their dad, if I can ever get to where they can propose.
He will die.
Well, they're gonna have a hard life. They're gonna have to realize that. Someday they can grow up and find a nice woman to marry and she can murder them.
No!
No?
Our children.
Okay, thank goodness. Everyone's asleep.
And Julia St. Gilberto.
So, what are your fun, historical, nerdy facts you say you have?
They're mainly not fiction. They're mainly literature facts.
Mainly literature facts?
Yeah. Do you know who Victor Hugo is?
No.
Why do you disappoint me every day?
I don't know. I'm an upsetting person.
Victor Hugo wrote Les Mis. He also wrote The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I'm not educated, maybe that's why. Just not very bright.
He also did lots of other things, like not use periods or commas and run-on sentences and cause problems.
Is she catching it on fire?
What?
Okay, maybe it's just I haven't ever watched the cooking before, but it very much looked like she was catching stuff on fire.
Maybe she was flambéing it. Flambéing it.
Call to meal. Yeah, I want to feed everyone. Go feed everyone. I don't think she's gonna feed everyone. I don't know what she's doing.
The child's following her.
Okay, he's gonna sit on the floor and eat. Fine, whatever.
At least he's eating.
Is this one gonna eat?
Can you not see their tiny toddler intentions?
I can. I just don't look at them very often because they can't do much and I'm not supposed to control them very much, I don't think. Okay, now that everyone's eating and we're still upset, I'm gonna hire a nanny and then we're gonna vamoose and try to propose.
Okay.
That's the goal here. Okay, so your literature facts, fun facts.
Why don't you know who Victor Hugo is?
I've heard of him, I just don't know who he is. I'm not much up on literature.
He was a French poet, novelist, essayist, playwright, and dramatist.
Okay.
He wrote a whole bunch of books. Many of them are quite influential. He was apparently exiled Oh yes, Napoleon exiled so many people.
What's literature?
What?
The comment.
What's um. Anyway, I enjoy Victor Hugo. Not as much as Dumas, but a lot. I think he's fun.
Where to
But
propose?
he wrote this lovely stage play called Lucrezia Borgia because he was nothing if not a creative name person. Oh, hello. Welcome back.
Yeah, hello, welcome. I didn't see the comment, but that's my fault.
But then this stage play was eventually transformed into an opera. You enjoy opera. Thanks, just woke up. What time is it for you? Because it's like, oh, I guess, never mind. I was about to say it's really late here, but it's not. I'm just out of it.
It's not at all late here. I'm gonna go here. It's 10 in the morning.
Listen, 9:06 a.m. See, that's a good wake up time. I'm just really out of it and think it's like noon already, okay?
Why do you think it's noon already?
No. It's late here. So we are all in different time zones. Life is suffering.
Life is suffering.
11:07 p.m. So really late there.
Yeah, almost the opposite. It's not 11 is not really late though. It's just really late for you, Rose.
Listen, sleep is important. We've talked about this already. It's important to get enough sleep or you'll die.
That's true, but I don't think that's exactly the situation.
That's the only way it works. You either get enough sleep or you die. 8 hours a night or death.
Or death.
I'm always sleepy, so am I, and I do get 8 hours a night. But listen, I know that I am healthy. If I convince myself of it, eventually I will be. May, however, needs more sleep.
I just can't sleep. We're gonna have the sleep.
Beat her up for it.
What?
I've offered to come to your house and beat you up and make you go to sleep. Stay up for 48 hours plus. No, that's called sleep deprivation. And I already sometimes hallucinate. I don't need to hallucinate more.
You do not hallucinate.
I sometimes struggle with seeing things. I want to do the 48 hours challenge. Why? What's wrong with you people?
Some people just have more get up and go than you do about stuff like that.
I don't. I like schedule. I like routine. I like to go to sleep at reasonable times and get up at reasonable times and have a good day with all the sunshine.
I don't know. I like to do stuff at night, but I also like to do stuff during the day. It's a struggle. I'm trying to get back on schedule before like school starts, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Okay, thank goodness the lady has left. She was in our way. I'm trying to get them where they can propose.
At the bar.
At this lovely, I think this is kind of quaint, little inside fireplace thing.
And they're just gonna get married at their house, so we'll have a bar or oven.
Yeah, or somebody else's house. Okay, here we go. Proposal. Let's see if he accepts. He should accept.
I mean, he's only been living at our house for forever.
And taking care of our children. I love how she just has the ring on her. We didn't have to buy it or anything.
No, it's just there.
Okay, he agreed. Good. Now they're engaged.
Time for him to die.
Not yet. He's got slightly more time. Okay, but we do want to have a wedding. We want to plan wedding event.
Anyway, so eventually Victor Hugo's stage play was made into an opera by Donizetti. I know you don't know who that is, but I do, and that's important to me, okay? I like his operas. I think they're fun. Burn his body. We can't do that.
No, there is a fire option. I just don't know exactly how to do it, and I don't know what his cooking level is. but there is an option to set them on fire. The best way that I know of how to do it is to, I want everybody, is to have him cook, with a stove that's like really bad and him have a low cooking level. Let's go start.
What if he's like a master chef?
I don't think he's a master chef yet. Okay, we're gonna hire this person again, a caterer. We're gonna hire a mixologist again, and maybe they'll actually work this time.
The mixologist did their job last time.
Should we hire a musician?
School starts. The only thing that will change is how much I get to sleep. See, nothing changes for me when school starts. I still go to bed at the same time.
I think we should have it at someone else's house. That's an option, and I think that's yes. Unlike other people have much nicer houses.
Go to someone's rich house.
Like this one, the Roomies residence. This looks nice.
Go there.
Okay, we'll do it there. It's got a nice outdoor seating area for people to hang out and mingle.
Exactly what we need at a wedding.
I don't know. All the weddings I've been to, there's been a lot of mingling. Mainly people sitting around saying things like, "Can you believe she wore that? No, I can't believe. Good grief, look at that." Weddings are a time, I think, for people to complain a lot.
Every time our family gets together is a time for us to complain.
But I think weddings...
For me, I work so much. I don't know. I'm out of it. Wow. You can respond to that comment, May. You enjoy that.
What comment?
It depends for me. I work so much.
On the sleep and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think getting sleep is hard. Okay, it says we need a wedding arch. There's other things I think we need too. So let's pause. Let's survey our area. Well, they have a little indoor garden area. But I think it is hard when you work a lot to get a good amount of sleep. And I guess let's have the ceremony outside. A good amount of sleep and balance everything.
I work a job is what I meant. I know, I'm just dumb. Don't worry about it. Oh, I did read that you could kill them with a plant and the plant would just eat them.
It's not, I can't place anything, so they're not going to have a wedding arch. Okay, so main goal, get married. Thanks guys for coming. Have them watch the ceremony, have drinks. Okay, I think we can achieve this.
They have a bar. So should we get like a little plant plot and then kill him with plants?
It's not just any plant. I appreciate that you think it could be just any plant.
No, I know. It's that one, the cow plant or whatever it's called.
Yeah, but I don't know how to get that. She's a worker. We need to find a guest and thank them for coming.
I'm a big fan of speed with murder.
Big fan of speed. If I don't know how to get the plant, if you can find out how to get the plant.
Oh, you have to do stuff.
She also, I guess, needs to go to the bathroom. You should have gone before the wedding started, lady. Okay.
Or we can cheat and get it, but we're not allowed to cheat. Because you have to take cuttings of the dragon fruit and snapdragon plants and then use them with, plant them together. And at the end of this, you'll get a cowberry plant and then the plant will simply eat your husbands.
Can I order those in, or can I buy them in the, editing menu thing?
I don't know. Maybe.
It'd be nice if we had a nanny. Can I hire a nanny here? No. It doesn't seem to want me to hire a nanny.
To this random person's house, we came to get married in.
Well, it'd be nice if somebody would watch the children. Hopefully they'll be okay.
My second literature fact, and then I will stop talking about literature, is you know who Faust is, right?
Who what is?
Faust.
No. I mean, maybe.
Okay.
He's sleeping?
What?
The husband is sleeping. Wake up.
Marriages are tough. Faust is the man who sold his soul to the devil to be young and also get married. Be young and rich, I think. You know, the typical.
Typically what they do, yes.
But he features as one of his affairs in one of the, I think it was a book written about Faust. It may have been the original one, I don't remember.
Come back, lady.
For me, and me alone. Anyway, I'm done being, no one ever wishes to listen to my fun nerdy day.
I just don't always understand them. Of course, the husband is sleeping. Yes, because he can't do anything for the wedding. Look, you're required for at least part of this, man. Get over here.
Well, someone has to watch the wedding. Doesn't he want to get married? He did accept our proposal.
I don't know. I guess he's not as invested as we are. Perhaps because he doesn't have intentions of murder. That could be it.
I figure after this wedding we end for the day too.
If we can ever get through the wedding.
If we can ever get through the wedding. That's true.
Okay, they kissed. We gonna count that? Yes.
No.
Okay, thank you. We still need to have drinks. I guess because she's so nervous.
Life is tough when you're getting married.
Yeah, just whatever we had before, just go actually drink it this time. Well, she's still got a drink.
She's supposed to have 3 drinks? Are we trying to get her drunk?
Maybe? I don't know. She just needs to actually drink them. Actually take a drink. Thank you, lady. How hard?
The nanny's here. Can we just ask her to take care of our kids?
Apparently not. Apparently she's just gonna sit around and watch this bartender do her thing. There is a cake though this time, so that's good. Okay, we had 1 drink. Maybe we can have this other one drink. I think she's gonna.
We do need to get married at some point, though.
And then, okay, let's go here. And then we'll call everyone over after we finish getting our drink. We don't want to chat with him. Just go do what I ask you to do. She's not. Good grief. For being in control of the Sims, sometimes it's like they don't want to listen to you.
They've got their own things that they're doing.
I think she's trying to tell me she can't get out there, but in fact, I know you can. Thank you. Let's see. Yes, let's get married. Oh, she's gonna come inside to do it? No, we want to do it outside. Oh, we're just gonna have it here. Okay, fine. I think this is where it's happening. Exchange vows. Oh, I could call off the wedding. That's an interesting choice. So I guess people are watching. We're exchanging the vows here in the kitchen next to the bar. No one's really paying attention, but that's okay. Like I said, like most weddings. They watched enough for it to count.
That's good.
They can move in together. We're already moved in together, so you know.
Ate the first slice of cake.
Okay, we need to go take peace quickly before someone else does it for some reason. How rude would that be? Someone else going and taking the cake before you get there.
I mean, it's not unreasonable.
She is not having fun.
At an actual wedding.
You can see that happening at an actual wedding, yeah. People are very pushy at real weddings.
Well, that's because they only come for cake.
And booze. Imagine eating the cake before. Yeah, that's. Honestly, though, I can see people doing that. The weddings we've been to, people are kind of. It's like, this is the party for me, and I don't know why the bride and groom are here, but it's about me. It seems to be the attitude that people have.
Did she get the cake or not?
She did get the cake. I think she's finishing eating it.
Alone, because her husband abandoned her.
He's over there talking to the lady in the tracksuit. She finished. Come on. We took the first slice. We did take the first slice. We finished eating it. Tell us we're finished eating. It's not liking the cake. It's not appreciating that. It wants us to eat some food. Okay, we're just going to try and achieve the rest we can.
Well, we've already moved it to silver, so we're fine.
Well, actually, there's not a requirement for this one. It's silver for the dinner party.
Oh.
But I'm getting everybody to eat, so hopefully this part will go quickly. Having people eat. I don't know if it's us or everybody, but everybody's coming to eat, so that's good. We did have the first slice of cake. We did that.
The husband likes the other person, I think. Well, it's fine. We're gonna murder him soon anyway, so it won't matter.
It says eat 4 times. I don't think we're gonna make it to this. I think silver is gonna be what we achieve again.
The husband just wants a normal marriage, but he doesn't get that. We took his money, and now we will take his life.
I don't know what.
We tried to take his house, but it didn't quite work.
Yeah, his family kicked us out. He wasn't
When we
married,
get
but
our
he was
new
living.
boyfriend, our
What?
new rich boyfriend, we're just gonna move our entire family into the home.
Yeah, the next time we get. After we have our dinner party and then start looking for a new husband. Okay, I think we got silver. We did pretty good. Just didn't like the cake situation. I don't know why.
Maybe someone actually did take the slice before she did.
I'm wondering if maybe we needed to take it together or something like that. And I just didn't know that. But okay. I think she had her cake. Now she needs to go to the bathroom, or maybe she's just gonna fall asleep. I can't tell what her problem is. But the wedding is almost over, and then we will send everybody home. And the next time we'll have a dinner party and then begin to murder him off. I guess we can go ahead and look in inventory and see.
Someone stealthily took the slice. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe he did it so we couldn't succeed.
So we could
You know, this is fake. I mean, he was in the house when we murdered our first husband.
Okay, so we got level silver. Yeah, he should know that there's like some stuff going down. Okay, we're gonna take everybody, all the children and him, and we're gonna go home. And then how would I, did it say in your little thing that you read, Rose, how to get?
It said we could fish for it.
That's the only option.
It said we could also explore space.
Okay, then I'm thinking the cow plant's not a good choice for us.
Quickest way to
Murder Sims? Is that what you're Googling?
Yes. Starvation.
Starvation is the fastest way? Well, then
no, fast way to kill a sim. The sim swarms.
Well, then we did that. We murdered them the fastest way. She's still in her wedding dress. How nice. And the grandma's here, I guess, watching the show? A show? I don't know.
Imagine Googling that. Listen, if the government's watching me for this, I am the least concerning part.
Rose is convinced the government is watching her for other reasons.
I don't trust them.
What does I don't trust them mean, though?
I don't trust the government.
The government always knows. I wish you could give them the toddlers baths together. I feel like you should be able to do that. In real life, when you have two kids, you can stick them both in the bath at once. That would make things significantly more efficient. Don't stand here and talk. Your children are stinky. They're just gonna put them all to bed. Okay, whatever.
If we have a broken electrical appliance and we can zap them twice, it will kill them.
Yeah, but it says that in like the specific rules, it says don't repair anything, just replace stuff. They both passed out. So I feel like that's something they like outlawed for some reason. And then get in bed.
We can also make them exercise to death.
We could do that if you'd prefer. That seems slower than other options. Oh, he's very upset. He's spaghetti. Let's clean him up. Or not. Or don't do exactly what I ask you to do. Just put him back to bed. What?
Crush them with a Murphy bed.
We don't have the Murphy bed. So I'll go to sleep. Don't wake up. How do you make money in The Sims? I assume that's the question. She's not allowed to work. The way you're supposed to make money is by taking your husband's money and stealing it. Yeah, so that's how we have the money we have. It set the house on fire. Yeah, I don't think that's an option either. I guess, do we want to go for starvation again, or do we want to try... is there a pool that's accessible to all of them? Maybe we could invite ourselves over and, like, try to steal someone's ladder. I don't know if that's an option. For, like, taking someone's ladder out of the pool. But we still have to have the dinner party. Oh, that's the notebook. I don't want the notebook. Does the mother thing still work? Yes, it does still work. We're just not allowed to use, money cheats. So, I think today is Sunday in the game, right? Yeah, Sunday. So for tomorrow, I'll set the dinner party so that when we come back, it'll be all ready to go.
I will find someone to raid.
We will both host because that makes it easier. Yeah, it's nice. There's another one too called Rosebud that like gets you a little bit of money if you just want to do that. There's several cheats. We're not allowed to use them for this. We're just gonna invite everybody so we have a great time, and then we'll have a caterer, I guess. That way, maybe they actually do something. And event time, it's a dinner party, so I'm thinking 5 p.m. Okay, so that's it. All these birthdays, they just constantly are having birthdays. It's nice
That means they'll age up, right?
I don't know. It'd be nice if they would age up. He's very hungry. We need to feed him. Get up and feed him.
You made someone.
Sure. He doesn't want the mushrooms that you have? Then give him real food.
We will see y'all tomorrow.
Oh, hold on. Let me get it to the end screen and everything.
Want to see us live? Come join us on Twitch.
Thanks for watching!